Now, I think we all know about Erling Haaland if you're watching this video. He is one of the best goal-scoring strikers in the world right now. At his age, it's looking phenomenal, the trajectory that he can reach. And these are the 5 reasons why I think Manchester City should sign Erling Haaland. But before we get into the Erling Haaland video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bells on. We've been growing at a rapid rate, over 30 subscribers in the last 28 days. So to all the new people that have joined, thank you for subscribing. I can't wait to make more content for you guys, more Man City related content, more Become a Legend series. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Now, this number 1 reason is probably the most obvious out of all the reasons I'm going to give you, but Manchester City needed a striker. Even with Sergio Aguero, our club's greatest ever goal scorer, we still needed someone to replace him, or someone to be able to step into his shoes when he was injured. Now, we were in talks with Harry Kane all of the transfer window that just came, but we all know how that ended. We only submitted a $75 million bid with $25 million in add-ons, and that wasn't good enough for Daniel Levy, and that was probably around the most I would have wanted to pay for Harry Kane. He's 29 years old at the end of this year, and he's got sort of bad ankles, but we need to look for the future, and we're not going to pay $150 million plus $500k in wages for someone that's only going to be playing for us for 3 or 4 years in his peak. Now, we've had a number of players step into that false 9/striking role, and with Sergio and without Sergio, mainly off the top of the head, Gabriel Jesus. We all know that Gabriel Jesus plays so much better on that right wing. Kevin De Bruyne stepped up, mainly in Champions League games when Pep's tried to try something different. It has worked for the most part, but we all know that Kevin De Bruyne plays so much better when he's in that midfield position, when he can drop deeper, carry the ball through and offload to players. We've had players like Ferran Torres recently stepping up, and he's looked pretty good too. But looking forward, he's going to need about 2-3 seasons to really adapt to be an out-and-out striker. He's a winger. He loves to play out on the wing, cut inside, make opportunities, and be able to just be more creative rather than staying in the middle of the park fighting for that ball, fighting to put it in the back of the net. Just like Chelsea, the striking position is our missing piece of the puzzle, and Chelsea have stepped up to the plate and have invested in Romelu Lukaku, which I thought was a brilliant buy for them, and someone I wouldn't mind seeing at Manchester City, but obviously with him playing for Manchester United, it wasn't really going to happen. We need to step up and really improve the positions that need to be improving. We bought Jack Grealish. He's a left winger. I don't think he's an out-and-out striker. He can finish. He has a pretty good record of finishing at Aston Villa. But is he the main man, the number 9, to step up and get us a goal when we desperately need it? No, he's the guy to create the goal when we desperately need it. Reason number 2 is Erling Haaland creates a new dynamic to our attack. The man's 6'4", and with City being one of, if not the shortest attacking team in Europe, he adds a new dynamic with that aerial ability. You see with players like CR7, the greatest finisher in my opinion of all time. If the team's not getting forward, playing the ball and creating opportunities on the ground, then all they do is just whip crosses in, and Cristiano Ronaldo out of nowhere finds a heading goal. He's one of the best aerial finishers in the world. And with Erling Haaland already having the height, the body to do it, the strength, the power, the fight, I reckon this would be such a good sort of new avenue that we could use, because most of our goals come from, interchanging positions, close passing, fast tempo passing, and then we break it down the line and we cut it back. And teams know that we do that, and sometimes we get away with it, but most of the time we don't, especially nowadays. We've been trying to do it for 4, 5, 6 years since Pep's been coaching us. So if that's not working, being able to whip the ball in and having someone there we know he's going to be able to get a head on it and get it on target, then that just makes it so much more easier going forward on attack. More goals can be created, more assists can be created from our midfield, more confidence can be created from our attack. Number 3, we've got to keep challenging for titles. As I said before, Chelsea needed a striker. They went out there and they bought a striker. They're champions of Europe. With the acquisition of Erling Haaland, you see how many goals he scores for Borussia Dortmund. Imagine we sign him, and in 2-3 years, when he reaches his prime, imagine how many goals he can score for a better team and with more midfielders that can produce more chances for him, he'll bang in 50 goals a season, every single season. Like, that's a no-brainer. You know, he'll get 30, 35 goals in the Prem and then 15 in all competitions. And the Champions League's where he really shines. He loves goals in the Champions League. And what trophy do we want? We want the Champions League. Unless other teams in the Premier League do some massive investments, I'm talking mega investments, getting Erling Haaland into the team is almost a write-off for the Premier League. We've won it. You know, we've got a great defence now. We do need still a left back, but I prioritise that striking position over a left back for sure. I think Zinchenko does a great job. We don't have any left backs in the academy, but Cancelo can play on that left back as well as the right back. So we're covered in case one of them gets injured. It's just that third string left back we don't have. So why don't we just go and get a really cheap left back that we can develop while we still have two interchanging left backs in the team, and just go for that striking role. And what did Manchester United do when they were at the top of the Premier League? They kept investing. If someone was not living up to expectations, they got rid of them and replaced them with someone better. If they needed a bit more depth in position, they bought someone equally as good, if not better, to challenge the person that was in that position. And we've done a pretty good job of doing that so far in the last, 3-4 years. We've spent a lot of money, almost £1 billion, but it's worked out for us. With 3 Premier Leagues in 4 years, 5 in 11, a Champions League final, 4 Carabao Cups, and 1 or 2 FA Cups. It's obviously working for us. The success of the team is growing every single year. We're getting more fans. We're getting more money generated into the club, and we're getting in better players for the team. And that's crazy to say, considering we have the best depth in Premier League and probably in Europe apart from PSG. But if we want to keep challenging, we need that out-and-out goal scorer, and Erling Haaland can fit that role so easy. 4. Longevity. Erling Haaland has easily 10 plus years of goal scoring ability. Just imagine the goals he can score with Kevin De Bruyne, Foden, Mahrez, Grealish feeding him goals. And even if he doesn't take his opportunities, he'll have 5 to 10 opportunities per game with the midfield around him. We play with a midfield of around 6, around 1 striker. And if we don't have a striker, we have about 7 midfielders in the team that can just take the ball, run it up the field, or interchange positions, pass it around, and get in key positions, give key passes. But we just don't have that end finishing product. And all those chances are going to waste. We have at least 15 to 20 goals, or 15 to 20 shots, every single game. And we only have 4, 5, 6 on target. We need to improve that. We need to have 20 shots and 10 plus on target. That can be the equivalent of a 1-0 turning into a 2-3-0, a 1-1 draw turning into a 2-1, 3-1, especially against the big teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, and then the Champions League. When we need those away goals for aggregate, it can really take us onto that next level and make us improve, and also take us further in competitions. We know that his agent's going to be asking for a massive fee. He's going to command massive wages with the potential and the goal scoring threat he already possesses. But if we get him for 10 plus years, it'll be worth its weight in gold. Now, the 5th and final reason why Man City should sign Erling Haaland is because it expands our brand to another level. At this point in time, it looks like Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland are going to be the 2 heirs to Ronaldo and Messi's feud. And if we got one of the gems, one of the crown jewels out of the 2, that just makes our club globally step up to the next level. Just thinking off the top of my head here, this could expand us more in Africa. I know Erling Haaland has many fans in Africa, and also hit places in Europe like Scandinavia. Get all the Scandinavian countries, they all want to get behind a goal-scoring Scandinavian threat. They're all going to buy Manchester City shirts. They're all going to support Manchester City when we're playing in the Premier League and the Champions League. It'll improve the crowds that we get at the Etihad. We get pretty good crowds already. But if we've got Erling Haaland, the next best thing, the next best striker, then that's going to get even more fans and even more people that don't support Man City coming to the grounds, wanting to see this guy live in action. It also helps us with away games as well, generating more for other other clubs as well, which is also good. And it just makes our sales go up. Shirt sales are going to go through the roof, I bet, if we sign Erling Haaland. And all around, with the money that we spend on players, we will get a massive chunk of that back on top of the money we get back with going deep into competitions, winning competitions, and winning the Premier League. You know, we spend a lot of money, but we also generate a lot of money. We generate the sixth most revenue of any club, not just in England, but in Europe. You know what I mean? So although people do say that we're the oil money club and all that, yeah, we've spent the money, but we also make a lot of that back. But that was my 5 reasons on why we should sign Erling Haaland for the next season, or even this coming transfer window before that release clause gets activated and all the sharks come attacking. But before you click off this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn those notification bells. You know, more videos are going to be coming out soon, more Man City related content. But without further ado, I'll leave you in the next one. Peace.